All right, so I'm starting 2026 off right with a box of goodies from Bamboo Lab. So I've had so much fun with my P2S so far that I thought I would add some filament refills as well as a second AMS Pro unit. So that's what's in here, and that's what I'm going to install today. So I've got my P2S and a single AMS2 up on the French cleat wall. I'm going to have to adjust some of where the cleats are, maybe add some more cleats. For now, I think that's where I CNC'd out some brackets to hang it. So I think that's where the second AMS is going to go for now. But I will probably adjust the slats a little bit. Now with the new printer being a little bit shorter, it allows me to maybe move some of those slats down or add a few slats to make the wall a little bit more adjustable. So I'll do that, but for now I'm going to get the AMS set up. So for that, if you are looking at adding a second AMS to your setup, my understanding, and hopefully I'm right, so with the AMS2 Pro, this is just the straight AMS2 Pro. There's no kit. With the P2S, it has a buffer that's capable of having two AMSs, so that will work. I have a few different ways to set this up as far as I understand. How I'm going to set it up is I did buy the power supply separately. So this is the, I can't remember what it is. Yeah, so it's a 24 volt, 4 amp, 96 total watts power supply. So I bought that. You do need that if you have a second AMS unit. The printer will power the first one, but you need the additional power to power the second one. So the other thing that I purchased, currently they don't have like a P2S specific kit. They have a few different kits for some of the other printer models, but not for the P2S at this time. So I kind of just looked around at what I would need, and so the power supply and this 4-in-1 PTFE tube adapter is what I think I need to make everything work. Now, if I didn't want the external spool to still be useful, I don't think I would need that. I think I would just take and plug the PTFE from AMS1 into the buffer and AMS2 into the buffer. But because I still want to be able to use the external spool, I am going to set it up with the 4-in-1 PTFE adapter to allow for TPU and manual feeding as well. So basically I'm going to get things here unboxed and get the AMS up on the wall and wired up, and we'll see how easy that is to get it to work. All right, here we go. So I've got the AMS installed. I threw a spool in it. So I have the power adapter, the external power adapter connected, and the second 6-pin cable. It's a bit of a mess. I'm going to cut these and clean it up. I saw some different cable management options, so I might look at those. But down here is the buffer, and it has two ports on it. So the AMS1 and AMS2 are just going to the buffer. And then there's the output from the buffer, and that goes up to a 4-way splitter. One PTFE tube comes over to the external spool holder, and I've got just another piece of PTFE tube that I will probably use to feed flexibles just to keep that path short. I have tested flexibles through this part of the PTFE tube, and it's been fine. So I don't think that'll be a problem, but yeah, I'll try that out. But yeah, this is the 4-in-1 splitter, so there's just a small piece of PTFE tube here to the 4-in-1, and then out to the AMS buffer and the external spool and a spare. So basically, as soon as it popped, detected that the AMS was connected, it came up and told me that I needed to update the firmware, and so I'm going to go ahead and do that. All right, so downloading some new firmware. I'll be back once it's all updated and let you know how that goes. All right, that was pretty straightforward and pretty quick. It said it could take 20 minutes. It was probably more like 5. And both AMS units seem to be online. So we'll go here, and yeah, it's already detected and has the appropriate Bamboo Lab spool in there. So overall, I'd say that's a success. I probably will play with the PTFE tubes a little bit just to try and optimize that a little bit more, and maybe get them a little bit shorter. Definitely a couple of them are pretty long right now, but I'm hesitant to cut anything because I've got a pile of PTFE tubes that are just way too short. So I'm going to play with it for a little bit and make sure it prints, and then look at optimizing those PTFE tube paths a little bit. But overall, installing the AMS2 Pro on my P2S looks to have been pretty uneventful. So thanks, Bamboo, for making that experience pretty straightforward and painless.